Hari Om and Happy Pi Day. I'm sure you all know what Pi Day is. March 14th is celebrated as Pi Day as the date matches with the first few digits of pi, 3.14. It also happens to be the great scientist Albert Einstein's birthday. So what is pi anyway? Divide any circle's circumference by its diameter. The answer, whether for a pi plate or a planet, is always approximately 3.14, a number we represent with the Greek letter pi. Keep calculating pi's digits with more and more accuracy, as mathematicians have been doing for 4,000 years, and you'll discover they go on literally forever with no pattern. In its endless stream of digits, pi is believed to contain the numbers 0 through 9 in every conceivable combination, forming every possible string of digits. Your phone number, social security number, ATM code, and every other string of numbers you can possibly imagine are in there somewhere. If you convert letters into numbers, for example, CAB would be 312, then every essay you've ever written, every book you've ever read is in there. Though pi wasn't called pi until the 18th century, the numerical relationship between a circle's diameter and circumference has been pondered since antiquity. In 2015, Suresh Kumar Sharma, a former vegetable vendor from Jaipur, India, who's now a new memory coach, set the world record when he successfully recited more than 17,000 digits of pi, a feat that took 17 hours to complete. There were a lot of fire rituals in the Vedic period 1500 BCE to 500 BCE. The altars for these rituals were of different shapes. Every household in those days had 3 altars for fire worship, one in the shape of a circle, one of a square, and one of a semicircle. The constraint was the area of all three had to be the same. Therefore, the need to know pi was there. Apart from this, they had the bigger yajnas for which the shapes were very specific depending upon the result required. For instance, he who desires heaven is a construct of fire altar in the form of a falcon. A fire altar in the form of a tortoise is to be constructed by one desiring to win the world of Brahman, and those who wish to destroy existing and future enemies should construct a fire altar in the form of a rhombus. They had a lot of constraints such as the area, number of bricks, shapes, and etc. So there's a lot of geometry involved. Aryabhatta was one of the greatest Indian astronomers and mathematicians. He calculated the value of pi at the first 4 decimal places, and he used it to calculate the circumference of the earth. He was only off the mark by 70 miles. Brahmagupta established root 10 as a good practical approximation for pi. In fact, he was the first person to treat 0 as a number. Belonging to Kerala, Madhava was one of the greatest mathematicians of medieval India. He came up with an infinite series to approximate the value of pi. The value he arrived at was correct up to 11 places. This was later discovered another 2 centuries later in Europe by Leibniz. Only in the last 25 years has his revolutionary work been recognized. Madhava laid the foundations for the development of calculus. Ramanujan had no formal college education and came up with all of his formulas intuitively. He worked as a clerk in Chennai, Madras. Recognizing Ramanujan's work as extraordinary, British mathematician Hardy arranged for him to travel to Cambridge. His rapidly converging formula for pi was improved upon by the Chebnowski brothers, and this algorithm was used by computers to calculate pi. Even with that, it took more than 300 days to calculate the value of up to 50 trillion digits. His life has been made into the movie The Man Who Knew Infinity. Ramanujan often gave no proofs of his various theorems and believed that the goddess Namagiri, their ancestor deity, gave it to him in his dreams. The Katapayadi system is a coding system in which consonants are given numerical values. It was used as a way to remember complex numbers using meaningful words. Those who are familiar with Carnatic music may recognize the Katapayadi system in the numbering of the Melakarta scheme. The above shloka is not only praising Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, but also gives the value of pi up to 32 decimal places. Use this simple version of the Katapayadi system to decode the numbers to yield familiar names. For example, 861. 8 could be ja, da, or ha. 6 could be cha, ta, or sha. 1 could be ka, ta, pa, or ya. When you use the clue given, you will get Jatayu. Now try the other codes.